Welcome to Dodger Stadium, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Texas Rangers taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. And taking the ball for the Dodgers, Tyler Glasnow.
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Ready to go? Here's Brandon Nimmo.
Tonight, right fielder, number 24, Brandon Nimmo.
And that's how we get started here in Los Angeles. Foul ball there.
That's a ball.
Let's go, Tyler. Grounds one to short.
Come on.
And the first out of the game is an easy one.
Batting second, the designated
Let's take a look
hitter,
at our lineup. Not a whole lot going their way offensively the last few games, Chris.
Yeah, Boog, and that can put more pressure on the pitching staff to try to limit the opponent to just 1 or 2 runs a game, knowing that their offense is not scoring right now. And that never really works well because you try to be too fine and you end up giving up a lot of runs. So we'll see if everybody can just relax, bring things together, and perform at a level that they're capable of.
Wyatt Langford, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike one. Glasnow, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. He's got it. Out number 2. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch-to-pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
Corey Seager in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Two down, nobody on. And a big swing and a miss.
Just a bit late on that 0-1 breaking ball. 0-2 hole now. He's going to have to shorten up, tighten things up if he's going to have a good at bat.
Good eye on that
low.
spot. And they'll do it again. Set down on strikes. That was pretty nasty. The Dodgers coming up, and we are scoreless. You're dialed into the show. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And today's starting pitcher, Kumar. What's the scouting report on him?
The primary pitch is an outstanding sinker. It's hard to pick up out of the hand, but in the last few feet really has arm side movement. Tough pitch for hitters to get the barrel of the bat on.
Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a man on base to start the inning.
Batting second, right fielder.
Singy, that was a
Kyle
laser
Tucker.
shot. And a good thing we have StatCast to give us the details.
Yeah, get out of the way on that one. That ball flew out of the box at 112 miles per hour. You talk about generating a ton of power in that swing. He did it with quick hands, good lower half, and just unloaded on that ball.
Here's Kyle Tucker. Shohei on the go. Strike in there. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
I think that steal kind of sets the tone, not just for this game, but for the entire series. First inning, game one, so that kind of tells me they're going to be aggressive on offense and try to force the issue whenever they can.
Man at second. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The 0-2. And that's outside. Stays alive. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there, it's got a chance. And he makes the play on the warning track. Runner tags at second, and he makes it up to third with one away.
Batting third.
Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Will Smith in the box, lays off for ball one.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
The 1-0. Hot shot to third. The throw to first, but it's 1-0 as the run scores. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Playing in the World Series north of the border was certainly special for Freddie Freeman. His dad, Fred, hails from Windsor, Ontario. His mom, Rosemary, from Toronto. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. Hard hit, left field, base hit. So a two-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Max Muncy at the dish, and he hits a ground ball right side into the outfield, base hit. So that's two straight two-out hits. Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Two on, two outs. And that one wrapped foul.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Nope.
Next
Outside.
one misses. It's a ball and two strikes. On the ground to third. Slings it across. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Two men left stranded, but they do push across one. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Rangers nothing. Back here in L.A., all set for the start of the inning. Jake Berger stepping in for the Rangers.
Ball.
Glasnow making his first start of the year, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2011. Swings through that.
Got some cut action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far, moving the ball around nicely.
Swing and a ball popped up. Rojas under it. Takes it in for the out.
Batting 5th, left fielder, Jock Peterson.
And Jock Peterson stands in.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
James Kingsley, our plate umpire, consistent, as you mentioned, and maybe a little generous on the edges. He goes down looking, and he'll challenge that called strike.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Just off the inside corner, ball 3.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's out number 2.
Center fielder, Evan Carter.
Evan Carter will hit next. Two down, nobody on. That pitch clips the outside corner. 0-2 now.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. But no chance to get him, and he'll take first on the strikeout.
Catcher, Danny Jansen.
So he's able to reach first base despite the strikeout, and that extends the inning. Kind of a tough turn of events for the defense there.
Yeah, that's maybe a little bit of a morale killer. For a second, you think you're about to go hit, but really quickly you have to refocus and be ready for the next play. We'll see if they can work around it.
So 2 down. Now it's Jansen to hit. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close.
2 outs is a great time to try to steal second, especially when you have a guy with some wheels on first. Defense probably knew it was coming, but figured we better focus on trying to get this hitter out.
Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a foul straight back. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Man at second. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That misses the zone. Ball 1. Swing and a miss, and that is that. 1 error in the inning, but nothing more. Down to the bottom of the second. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Rangers 0. Back here at Dodger Stadium, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a ground ball. Seager handles, throws to first. One pitch and one out.
Batting eighth, second baseman, Alex Freeland.
At the plate, Alex Freeland. This one in the air, center field. Carter on his way over, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And a couple of quick outs.
Batting ninth, shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. Now he breaks his bat and makes the grab, and that ends the inning. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine, on to the 3rd inning. Josh Smith stepping in for the Rangers. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
And the 0-2 comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop, 3rd strike. Chris, as we look back at the pitch sequence, he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called 3rd strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
Now it's going to be Ezekiel Duran.
Ball.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. That's a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Right fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
So the Rangers batting order turns over. Brandon Nimmo digs in now. Grounded out his first time. And a swing and a miss.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
Ball 1. Ball.
On the inside corner for a strike. Now he's challenging the called strike. And that one was indeed a strike. Still one challenge left for them. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Up next for the
So now the
Rangers,
DH spot, Wyatt Langford.
Wyatt Langford.
Misses
Ball, that's out.
outside. And that is ball 1. A little out front there as he swings through it. Swing and a miss. 1-2. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Nimmo, the runner at first with 2 gone. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 left for Texas. They trail here 1-0. Back here in LA as we go to the last of the third. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a foul out of play.
Ball.
Rips that one to right. And that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And he's into second with nobody out.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Kyle Tucker steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Flied to right his first time. Man at second. In the air, right field. He's there. He's got it. Tags up from second, and he'll head to third.
Up next for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
And up to the plate is Will Smith.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
And he makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. To the plate. Save! It's 2-0. So now it's Freddie Freeman. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Freddie Freeman.
That's a laser base hit. And now a 2-out opportunity for Max Muncy.
Up next for the Dodgers, third baseman, Max.
Here comes Max Muncy. Single to right in his first trip. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And it is gone. Max Muncy, a 2-run homer. And they add on.
Sitting first pitch fastball, and that's what he delivered. He guessed right, squared it up, and he made it look way too easy. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
So 2 down. Teoscar Hernandez getting ready to hit. He swings and fouls one off. Here comes the 0-1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Dodgers.
And now the center fielder, Andy Pajes. Grounded out his first time up. And that one up and in. Look out. Quick toss to first, and he's back in there. The 1-0. Fly ball down the line. Nimmo ranging after it. Won't get to this one. It drops foul. And a 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
On the ground. The flip. What a play. Inning over. 2-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back here at Dodger Stadium as we go to the top of the 4th. Corey Seager stepping in for the Rangers.
Well, these Rangers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today. And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Next to bat will be the Texas cleanup hitter, Jake Berger. And there's a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Two outs, base is empty. Here's Jock Peterson. Struck out swinging his first time.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Hernandez on the move. And that is that. Rangers go down quickly there. They trail it here 4-0. Bottom of the 4th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland.
Alex Freeland.
Up the middle. And he beats it. He's safe.
It doesn't really matter where you are in the lineup. Your job is to get on base and try to start a rally if you're leading off an inning. So an infield single does the job right there. Now we'll see if they can make something happen.
Man at first, Miguel Rojas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 1 so far. To short, could be 2. 1 at second, and that's 2.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. Down the line, it's a base hit, and that extends the inning.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Kyle Tucker, a.k.a. King Tuck, to the plate now. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one carrying into the bullpen and gone. A 2-run blast, and they add to their lead.
How in the world did he do that? That pitch was outside the zone, and he still got it out of here. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Kumar Rocker will depart. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Luis Curvelo comes on now. He's making his second appearance of the season. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Close, but called a ball. Ball one. Two down, nobody on. Fly ball to right. And that is that. 2-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Back here at Chavez Ravine, we go to the top of the 5th. Evan Carter stepping in for the Rangers.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Spin rate's outstanding on that high fastball. Really tough to hit.
The 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. To the right side. Oh, nice play. The underhand flip.
You're up.
Well, he makes a great decision to go ahead and dive to stop that ball. Nice little flip to the pitcher covering. Those are those PFPs, pitchers fielding plays.
Danny Jansen to hit here. His first at bat was a strikeout.
Aye.
Glasnow back to work. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
That's the first sinker we've seen today, and it was effective.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And, you know, pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Smith stands in here, leaves that one off the inside.
Good looking fastball right there. Surprised he didn't take a rip at that. I think he got locked up a little bit.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Got him swinging. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. Back after this on the show. Back here in LA, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
Freeman leading things off. Takes a strike. That's ripped. Base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Dodgers.
Here's Max
third
Muncy.
baseman,
He's already homered in
Max
this game.
Muncy.
In the air to left center. Carter on the move to the gap. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One pitch and one out.
Up next for the Dodgers, left fielder, Teoscar.
One out man at first. Teoscar Hernandez now at the plate. 1 for 2. That one is absolutely belted. And that's a foul ball. Hard liner. 2 away now.
Up next for the Dodgers, center fielder, Andy
So up next,
Pajes.
Andy Pajes.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Here we go, Andy. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. That is the inning. So the Dodgers leave one, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far. So digging in,
Leading
Ezekiel
off for the
Duran.
Rangers, third baseman, Ezekiel Duran.
All right, Dodgers!
Pitching for the Dodgers.
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound,
51,
Alex Vesia. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters.
Oh, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That's
Oh,
inside.
that's in.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Ball 2.
Swings through that one. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now it's the right fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. The Rangers with a lot of ground to make up, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Coming out of the bullpen throwing beatings.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Langford, the next to hit, takes ball one. And that's in there for a strike, and now it's even.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Two down, nobody on. Got him swinging for the K. And he strikes out the side here in the sixth. 1-2-3, go the Rangers. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Back here at Dodger Stadium, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland.
Alex Freeland.
Outside, that's a ball.
Out towards left center. And it drops in. And a man aboard.
Nice rip.
Up next for the Dodgers.
Miguel Rojas steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Rojas.
The Dodgers up big in this one here in the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2. Popped up. Smith should have this one. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's Shohei Ohtani. 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double. Man at first, one away. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. He'll take a trot around the bases, and they boost their lead. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
That home run was a no-doubter. As we dive into the numbers with StatCast.
Crushed. They're just absolutely crushed. 112 miles per hour on the exit velo, and like you said, no doubt about that one. Plenty of launch angle to give it that backspin as well, and that carried way over the wall.
One down. Next to hit, Kyle Tucker. This one in the air. Berger under it. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Luis Curvelo done for the night. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for Texas,
Jalen Beeks taking over on the mound. He last pitched 2 days ago. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Will Smith.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Hard hit left side. That ends the frame. Two-run shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now an 8-0 game. Back here at Chavez Ravine, we go to the top of the 7th. Corey Seager stepping in for the Rangers.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Close, but called a ball. And it's a ball and a strike. That one in there across the letters. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Fought off foul. The 0-1. That one fouled off. Caught him looking for the K. Berger wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike call will stand. No challenges left for them now. 2 down, bases empty. Jock Peterson, the next to hit. Aye. And the 0-1. Ball. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he strikes out the side of the 7th. Nothing doing for the Rangers. Still 8-0. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
Out to short. Gathered in by Seager. Throw to first. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Up next for the Dodgers, third baseman, Max.
Here's Muncy to hit. He's already homered here in this one. Hit on the ground to the right side. And that chance handled. Gets it to first. Fine play in the hole for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, left fielder, Teoscar.
2 outs, base is empty. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 1 for 3. Out towards right center field. Nimmo on his way over. And that's the inning. Dodgers go down quietly as the lead holds at 8-0. Back here in L.A., we're at the top of the 8th. Evan Carter stepping in for the Rangers.
Ball, that's down.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Alex Vesia won't go any further, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Edgardo Henriquez. This is his 5th appearance of the year.
Let's go, Edgardo.
And the 1-0.
Yep, that ball went out.
Henriquez, 23 years old, and he was born in Venezuela.
Come on, Edgardo.
Oh,
He's
that's
just
upstairs.
missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Right through there for a strike.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
The 3-1. And he grounds one to the right side. And foul ball. Payoff pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swings and misses. Went back to the sinker, and it was successful.
Catcher Danny Jansen.
Danny Jansen stepping in for the Rangers. There's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
That's a ball.
The Rangers with a lot of ground to make up, and we're in the top of the 8th.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Let's go, Edgardo.
That one lifted to left. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Rangers, second baseman Josh Smith.
So up next, Josh Smith.
What do you
Smith
got?
checks his swing, appeal to third, and he went, says Larry Bullard. 2 down, nobody on. Lifted in the air, right center field. And that is that. And the Rangers set down in order. And they're on the short end of an 8-0 score. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the 8th, Andy Pages steps to the plate for the Dodgers. This one popped up, foul ground first base side. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman, Alex Freeland.
And up next for Los Angeles, Alex Freeland. Foul ball. The Dodgers up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Oh, and 2 now. That one missed.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Slings to first in time.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop.
And next for LA, Miguel Rojas. 0 for 3 in this one. And that is out of play. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Up next for the Dodgers.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Now at the plate, Shohei Ohtani. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Rojas off of first with 2 away. And a base hit into right center field. Relay to second. Not going to get him. He's in there. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
So 2 on with 2 away. Digging in, Kyle Tucker. And first offering is fouled off. Tap foul at the plate. Two on, 2 outs. And takes low for ball 1. This one in the air, right field. Base hit. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score. It's 10-0. Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Will Smith. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Jalen Beeks departs, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Tyler Alexander. He's been so good against lefties. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Gets under it and pops it up. Seager has a beat on it, and that's the third out. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a couple left on. Through 8 full, Dodgers lead this one 10-0. Last chance coming up here for the Rangers. Back here at Chavez Ravine, we go to the 9th. Ezekiel Duran stepping in for the Rangers. Right through there for a strike.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
This one in the air, center field. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Rangers, right fielder Brandon Nimmo.
Back to the top of the order, and now the right fielder Brandon Nimmo.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And first offering is fouled off. Late swing, foul to the left. Fights it off. He'll see another. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. Swing and a miss. And they're down to their last out. Now here
Up
is
next for
Wyatt
the Rangers,
Langford.
the designated hitter, Wyatt Langford.
And that one hit 97 on the gun. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. They're down to their final strike. Two down, nobody on. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, we saw complete domination in this one. The offense exploded for a blowout, and then the pitching staff nails, locked down the opponent. This team did everything right today.
10-zip your final in this one. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.